Dabrowa, thanks for taking the time and congratulations. We have so much to talk about today. Let's start with the NCAA Regional. Take me through that. Jack Griffith with a gold, Christina Wittrall with a gold, and just the performance from your standpoint.
So regionals are very difficult. It's a very difficult competition, just because again it's a qualifying event for the NCAA championship, so the stakes are very high. But it's also that it's a very different format that our athletes have competed throughout the year. Because throughout the year you compete as a team, you have your teammates behind your back, and here all of a sudden you're starting fencing with your teammates as first bouts, and your teammates that you're in the gym every day with, and you share all your hopes and dreams and challenges, like all of a sudden become your biggest opponents. But at the same time, so you start with those bouts, and so those are difficult bouts in general, just because you win, you don't feel great, you lose, you don't feel great. So again, so that start of the day is very important, and how you set the tone. So we talk about that during the season a lot, and how to approach those bouts, how to look at them from the perspective of those are neutral bouts. The real fight really begins after you get through the first couple of bouts. But again, you're competing for to make it to a national, so it's very stressful, and it was a good weekend. It was always a very stressful for athletes, and it's always very stressful for the coaches. Christina Wittrall and Jack Griffith, they came on top. They finished first, and their performance is always very solid. They always know, and they always show up in the moment that we need them the most. Jack had an amazing season, the whole season. He, after a heartbreaking loss last year where he didn't qualify for the NCAA championships, he came back the next day for the MPSF conference, and he absolutely showed that he can fence. And that's how he's continued the same kind of mentality throughout the season, and he brought that same mentality to NCAA regional qualifiers, and he put his head down and worked very hard the whole year, and it really showed in the just he put his foot on the ground, and he was like, yeah, I am winning this thing, and that's what he did. Yeah. And so that was amazing. Christina Wittrall always delivers, hard, life is never easy. There are harder moments, there are easier moments, but that does not affect her performance, and she shows up in the way that she can every single year. So that was amazing to see. We had some amazing performances also from other people. So Byung Kim, our freshman, did very well. That was his first regional qualifying event. So again, it's very difficult to predict how that's going to go. But he did very well. He placed in top 4. So that was a very good performance for him. For some other people, the regional qualifier, like I said, is just a part of the qualification. Right. So sometimes you can place lower, and if your season is strong, you're still going to make it. The system is very complicated. Right. And so sometimes you also have to understand what you have to do during the regional event to qualify. But we qualified a good amount of people, so we're happy.
We'll talk about those qualifiers in just a minute, but MPSF, congratulations, champions on the men's side. You win it first time. What's that feel like?
That was an amazing feeling, because, again, it's the first time in the Air Force history that the fencing program won the conference championship title, and just seeing the joy and the excitement of on the faces of the athletes, both on the women's and the men's side, it was just amazing to be a part of it. And so the way that our fencers showed up was also, I always say there is a difference to fence your way, and there is a difference to fence to win. Yeah. And the men's team really showed that they can fence to win. So it started with Omar Amara and Byung Kim and women and men's epee. They showed very solid performance. Again, they both fence to win with a determination and very mature mindset. And then you have Richard Lee, who is just doing an amazing thing internationally, and he had his ups and downs throughout the season, but when it comes to competing on the team, he always delivers. Yeah. Jack Griffith, again, our Captain America, did an amazing job carrying the team in the last bout. Andrei Nazimov, who's a freshman also, so again, a very different format for him, very unknown environment for him. But again, if you know how to win, you know how to win. And he was able to also show up in big time. Macklin Luby, our senior on the men's saber, he is an example of an athlete that fences for the team. And so the way he showed up, it's never he shows up not for himself, but he shows for the team. And whenever he fences for the team, he does some amazing things. So that was a overall very good performance.
Yeah, fantastic. And on the ladies' side, Watrall wins the MPSF championship, third time in a row, I believe now, but you fall just short as a team.
Yes. So like I said, Christina is always steady and always shows up when we need her to. And actually, we were second in the conference as on women's side, but the result truly doesn't show the potential that we have, because I do truly believe that the athletes that we have on the team currently, and with the recruits that we're bringing in the future, we are going to next year will look very differently. So Christina Watrall and Ellie Kim also started off the team event showing very steady, strong performance. And then we have Priscilla Yao, who is she's a sophomore, and she does very well under pressure. We always ask her, her coach, Reese Douglas, asks her to do very uncomfortable things on the strip. She has to step outside of the comfort zone and compete at a level that is beyond maybe her level at the moment. But she shows up, and she was a little shaky at the moment at the beginning of the bout, but she was able to, and you could see how she would open up, and how she would start competing better, just because after every touch she would look at the team and everyone was cheering her, and I think that gave her the confidence that she can do it. Yeah. And so she competed well, and I know she has a lot more to show. And then you have Mira Vestal, who is a senior. This girl is a definition of a fight. Like, she is a warrior, and whether lose or win, she will fight, and she will not go down without a fight. And that's what she delivered, So, and I know she will do some great things when she graduates in Big Air Force. Then you have last two. So you have Melissa Klein and you have Kaylin Choi. Kaylin is also a freshman. So again, it was a new experience for her, but she has so much potential that I do believe that she will be a very strong fencer, a team fencer in the future. So like I said, yes, we did fall short, but I am hopeful that next year is going to look very different, because we have the potential. And if we can tap into that, just like the men did, I think we're going to do some great things.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get to take a three-time champion back with you, that too. But now let's talk about NCAA, the championships. Mm-hmm. 5 fencers got in, just announced. So how do you feel about that?
How do I feel about that? Of course, it's great. I feel, very excited for the athletes that made the championships. We have a couple of seniors going to championships. So obviously, our Captain America, Jack Griffith, made it, and this year, he made a big statement, and he not only won the regionals, but he also did amazing throughout the season. But the most important thing is he keeps his head low and just works hard and shows up every day. And I know he's going to do the same thing this week and getting ready for nationals. And so, yes, the pressure is on, but he does deliver well under pressure. So I'm hopeful I'm optimistic he will do well. Yeah. Melissa Klein just also qualified. Maybe her regional qualifier was a little shaky. It wasn't where I know she definitely didn't finish how she wanted to, right. But because she had such a strong season, that carried her through the qualification process, and she made it. And she also made it, with a pretty good gap compared to the fencers that qualified behind her. So she did qualify, and I know she's going to show up and to prove the world that she can do it. So that's the kind of person that she is. Christina, of course, that's going to be another year for her, another try, and I know where her head is at. She's going to show up, and I also know that she's going to do good things. Sure. Andrei Nazimov, he's a great athlete all around. We'll see. That's going to be his first time at nationals. It's not a bad or good thing. It's just it's a first time. So we'll see how he does. But he has experience competing on the international level, and that helps athletes kind of put things in perspective. Same with Richard Lee. He also qualified as a freshman, and again, having that international experience will also help him thrive in an environment that is maybe unknown, maybe different, that the stakes are high and the pressure is on. So a very good group of athletes that we've qualified.
All right, Coach. Thanks for the time. We've had you talk too much already today, but we'll get the fencers next week, and good luck at Nationals.
Thank you.